Good morning from day 91. I am clearly in my tent, still in my sleeping bag. It's about 6:30 and I just don't want to get out of bed. I went out of bed, I got out of the tent to the bathroom and came back in and curled back up, comfied back up because it is cold outside. The snow did not stick to the ground, thankfully. And the sun you can see peeking out. You can see the effect on the tent, which is real pretty. Thankfully the snow did not stick, but the Garmin tells me right now it is 34 degrees and feels like 25, so it is cold. It's supposed to be a high of 56 today, and so it should warm up pretty fast. And then tomorrow is a high of 67, and the next day a high of 73 and sunny. So anyways, it's gonna keep warming up. It is just cold right now. It just makes me very reluctant to leave the warmth of my tent, so I'll probably get an even later start today because I just don't want to be freezing cold yet. I'm trying to warm up my clothes that I'll be wearing in my sleeping bag. I did sleep with my water filter because that stops working if it freezes, although I've been doing that for a while just as precaution. But I also did sleep with my electronics bag, so that has my batteries, things like that. I had that inside my quilt as well, to make sure there was, because freezing can drain the batteries. So had all those precautions. Now it's just a matter of waiting till I'm brave enough to get warm and get out in the cold. Good morning. As you can see, I've officially left my tent. It is about 7:10, and I have all my warm layers on except for my puffy. Unless it's unsafe, I try to not wear my puffy while hiking, especially in mornings like this where I'll be walking under trees where they might drip on me. But my puffy and then my long sleeve sleep shirt and leggings and my sleep socks are things to the unless it's unsafe, I keep those dry and safe in my sleeping bag, or in my pack, so that when I get to camp I will always have something warm and dry to put on. But I almost put my extra calf sleeve on my left leg, even though it's not painful by any means, but just as an extra layer of warmth on my shin, and figured that was being a little bit dramatic and I'd probably warm up soon enough, or at least I can hope. The sun is trying to peek through the trees and warm us up, and then my hair is just left messy and down because honestly my fingers didn't have the dexterity to braid it or do anything with it, so I figured just leave it down until I warm up. But oh goodness, that sun feels so good. I just passed another female hiker who was only wearing spandex shorts and a sun hoodie, and she commented on how we survived the night, and I mentioned how I couldn't imagine how she was in so limited layers, and she said a phrase that I hadn't heard of before. She said, "I wanted to be bold, start cold," which I thought was a fun phrase. It is so much colder and darker on this side of the mountain. Good, I'm going into town tomorrow. Took a break at this cabin, much longer than I planned. Only originally planned to stay here like 15 minutes, but there ended up being Trail Magic with English muffins and pancakes, and I grabbed some Oreos for later, and it was just so nice in the sun. I sat here for about 40 minutes, so I had my caffeine drink. Now I've got to get moving again and catch up some miles. But oh my god, that was so nice, and sitting in the warm sun felt amazing. So definitely a phenomenal mood booster. Also, some of these hikers camped here last night, and from the same group got meatball sandwiches last night, etc. So these trail angels do this once a year. This road about half mile away from the cabin. But anyways, they're saying they got hail early afternoon just like I did, but just being a little bit lower, they didn't get any snow at all, whereas 7.5 miles back, obviously we got the snow. I believe that's still Mount Rainier off in the distance. Just got my second trail magic of the day. Two older gentlemen who were just up on this dirt road came up to pick huckleberries and brought a cooler with some Pepsi and Gatorade for hikers. So today has been a great trail magic day. Just been a great day in general. Obviously putting me behind a little bit, but that's, who cares about that when you get to, you know, enjoy trail magic, meet new people, get to talk about the trail and their lives, etc. And have a marvelous view. I am stopping for lunch at 21.3 miles in today. I took my caffeine water additive and put my headphones in. I have had my headphones in and went a lot further and faster than I thought I would. It is 2:30. I only have about 10 miles left, which is amazing. And this is the status of my stuff. It's called a yard sale, when you completely empty your backpack. And the reason being, I have to dry out my tent, and my sling bag had some condensation. And my sling bag, my tent exists at the top of my pack, but my sling bag exists on the bottom of my pack. So I have to unpack everything else in order to dry it out. But I will rest here for a while, then move on when I'm ready. I'm about a half mile from camp. It is 6:25, so a little bit later than I've been hiking. And also will be a little bit more miles than I've been hiking. It'll be 31.2 miles, but my shin, my ankle, my legs in general feel amazing. I had plenty of breaks today between the trail magics and my lunch, and this will be my last 30+ mile day. I am only doing this just so that I don't have to do 26 miles into Snoqualmie Pass tomorrow, and can do 22 miles instead and get there a little bit earlier. There's a place called Washington Alpine Club. I might have mentioned already, but it's basically a dormitory type housing place that's only for PCT hikers. So there's a male and female room with 10 bunks each, and it's $55 a night. You get hot dinner and hot breakfast, shower and laundry, so an amazing deal. And again, they only house PCT hikers. And so that's where I'll be staying tomorrow night, in Snoqualmie Pass. It's not really a town, I don't think, or if it is a town, it's really small. But want to get there, you know, early afternoon to get clean. It'll have been since the 17th, and today is, or tomorrow will be the 29th. So it'll be about 12 days since I've showered and laundry, so obviously I could use that, especially with the rain and getting wet, and just relax. And I figured I'd rather push a little bit more today, so that tomorrow will be a little bit easier. But again, feeling great today. It was chilly this morning, but it has been warm since. I was able to sit out at lunch in my sun hoodie and shorts and not have to put on a jacket, pants, hat, etc. And it's supposed to get even warmer still the next 2 days. So yesterday was really just a fluke weather, for which I'm very, very grateful. Here's what the trail's looking like as I'm coming closer to camp. Good morning from day 92. Getting started earlier than I did the last couple days because, you know, it is kind of a normal temperature this morning of 45 degrees. It is 6:30. I have 22.3 miles in the Snoqualmie Pass today. So my goal is to get there by 1:30 would be 7 hours. We'll say 2:30 at the latest. I set these goals for myself to help motivate myself, so I don't know. That is a little bit fast without much breaks, but hopefully we make it, because if I get it there by 2:30, then I have all afternoon to relax. Like I mentioned yesterday, the place I'll be staying at has dinner and breakfast, so I don't have to, one, go out and spend the money, but two, just go out in general. The only reason I'll need to leave the place tomorrow is to go back to hike, but also to resupply, which I'm going to make that into tomorrow's problem. I'm also not sure if they have Wi-Fi, so I might leave and go sit at a coffee shop or something tomorrow before I head back to trail to upload some videos. But anyways, hopefully a quick and easy 22 miles. And today is exactly 1 week before I get a fly home from Vancouver, so it's ready to think in less than a week I will be walking into Canada, and then at the end of the day in 1 week I will be sleeping in my own bed, and I am so incredibly ready for that. But you know, it's really hitting me. I did the math last night, and I think it was 132 point something, 132.4 or something miles left for me to hike from my campsite last night, which just blows my mind. After hiking so many hundreds of miles, to only have 130 something left is crazy. But I do feel like I've gotten everything I needed out of this hike. You know, I first started knowing I was skipping the beginning miles. I said, I hope I get to hike 2,000 miles. I will not get to hike 2,000 miles, but honestly, that is more of a like ego benchmark kind of thing. I will be under that, but I am so okay with that. I came out here, made amazing friends, physically and mentally challenged myself, and got to explore nature and connect with myself. And you know, those are my goals for this. So I am very, very happy and proud with what I've accomplished, and also very, very happy to be done soon. I am super excited. I just came across Isabel on trail, and so that means that me and Soren all plan to be in Snoqualmie Pass tonight, and they all plan to stay where I will be staying tonight. So I am super excited about that and can't wait to spend some time with them tonight. So anyways, that's just another random, this is the thing with the trail. Again, I've said this many times, you never know when you're gonna randomly come across someone you know again, and this is, I am so happy about this. This is such a pretty lake I'm walking past. I am less than a mile from Snoqualmie Pass. I'll get there before 2 o'clock. To be fair, I didn't really stop for a lunch break or anything. I just snacked throughout. But I don't know if that encompasses all of the town or whatever's there. But I think, like I said earlier, I don't think it's a town, so I think that is all that is there at Snoqualmie Pass. So be there soon. I just had a very quick in and out at the Alpine Club. Took a shower. I'm in some loaner clothes. If I've never mentioned before, loaner clothes are basically just a set of normally thrifted but random clothes that you put on while you're doing laundry. There is a line for laundry, so that will have to wait. But since I don't plan to leave till late tomorrow afternoon, I've got lots of time. This Alpine Club is amazing. Like I said, it caters to PCT hikers, but there's a female and woman's bunk, there's a ping pong, foosball table, there's like a library with multiple couches and games, a kitchen. They said they're gonna have spaghetti for dinner at 6 o'clock tonight, so it's a really amazing place. And then they'll have breakfast in the morning, shower, laundry, everything like that. Right now I'm going to walk about 10 minutes into town to go to the brewery to meet up with Mia, Soren, and Isabel and have a snack, because I can eat at the brewery and still eat 3 hours later, have spaghetti, and just hang out and relax. This is the women's dormitory, and the men's is up there. Random charging. Co-ed. Library. More charging, shoes. Kitchen area. This is how you go out. This is the ping pong table, ladies, men, shower, bathroom. And then storage and foosball. This library is gorgeous. They have all the games. And window seats.